All right. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of RJ's Lives. Tom is going to be joining us in a couple minutes. He said he's a little late. I wanted to welcome our panel right now. We got Jesse McJames, the Alien Outlaw himself. We got Andrew from Baxter's Blades. And, of course, we have Gunslinger Kalen himself. And just a reminder, RJ's Lives is a place where pants are optional, but sitting down is mandatory.
Yes.
There you go. We already got a great group of people here in our chat room. We have Sean, we got B Shady, Philip W, Big J is here, Pepper Dingo, Mike Curtis, Angelo, Sean is here, Gizmo is here, Mo is here from Kirby Creek Outfit. Welcome, Mo. Jesse McJames, of course, I already said you're here. I'm just scrolling through here. Let's see. Addicted to Blades is here. James Alton is here. I think I got everybody. Pepper Dingo. El Phoenix said he was working today, but he did stop in the chat to say hello. So welcome, everybody. Fantastic.
Glad to see LD's here.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, so we're going to have our topic for today is going to be kind of unusual patterns, knives that have different, say, opening methods, or a pattern that doesn't get much love, or just something that it doesn't have to necessarily be completely unique that no one's ever seen before, but something that's just a little out of the ordinary, not your normal trappers and stockmans and pen blades. Just something a little bit on the different side. Yeah, I thought that would be good. Also, another thing for our audience is that this show is your show also. So if you guys have a topic, if you have something you'd like to see us talk about, something you'd like to have us bring to the show, let us know. If it's something that we can do, we'll accommodate you. So hey, Hunting for Hookers is here. Nice. All right. So with that being said, who would like to go first? Oh, Jesse.
I got something I want to get in while LD's here, because I believe he's from Australia.
No, he's from New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. New Zealand,
which I took on advice of somebody that New Zealanders are just like Australians, except they're less obnoxious.
Oh, okay.
And an Australian guy told me that's fair. So.
Okay. Anyway, so I thought I'd show this one. That is a World War II Australian Navy sailor's rigging knife.
Oh, nice.
With the marlin spike. And then you've got, for the main blade, it has a sheep's foot. And then you've got the can opener on it, which also has I call it a crow's foot, which is because at the time it was under the UK, and that's their military proof of acceptance stamp, and the maker's mark on there, that WE, stands for Whittingslow.
Nice.
Oh, I thought that was Wee Knives original.
No.
Well, that thing.
This predates them by a long shot.
It was before they offshored their production.
Right.
That knife looks like it has a real strong pull on it. That looks cool.
It does. That's a really cool knife.
Yeah. Especially the marlin spike, but that's about on any rigging knife.
Yeah.
And that is for untying knots.
Right.
Working them loose.
Yeah.
Got a lot of snap to it. And then, yeah, that one's got quite a bit of pull to it. As do most of those, because my K-bar one has the same thing.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay.
All right. Did you want to go, Cal, or you want me to go?
I can go.
All right.
I'll keep it with the with the war era theme, and I got an easy open jack here by Imperial. Picked this up at an estate sale. This one has I guess a spear point and a pin blade. Even though they look fairly similar, but say this one has a bit more belly. It's got bone handles. Let's see here. This one is from the 36 era. What is it, 36 to 46 or something like that?
I believe so.
36 to 56, something like that. Had to have it as soon as I saw it. It's got the easy open on both sides there, so you can just pinch that right open. Easy access. I need to bring that back, in my opinion. Great little feature for a knife. Appreciate it.
Very cool. All right, there we go. That little frame behind you fooled me for a second there, Cal. I thought my screen was malfunctioning and that there was another another square of our little Hollywood Squares screen.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. It just made my brain glitch for a second. I was like, am I having a computer malfunction? And can I see through the screen when he's full size or what? Yeah. All right. Well, I have a knife that is unusual, one that I first saw these on Patty's potato peelers, but I had to get one as soon as they were available, and that's the Rooster knife. This is from Queen, and this, of course, has the hacksaw on it. So, any pocket knife with a hacksaw on it, I'm in.
That is cool. That is very cool.
Yeah. So then it has a spear blade. It has the Queen. Is it Queen City or Queen Steel? Queen Steel etch on it. Of course, it has the laser engraved little fighting roosters on the show side. And it's just smooth white bone on the other. And then you have the little capon type spay blade, which is there for neutering the rooster. So that's what you would do if you're gonna keep your rooster around and have them not be as aggressive, for sure.
That's very nice.
Yep. Thank you. Did you want to go, Andrew?
Sure. I have a few. I don't know if you'd call them really rare because they're new.
Thank you, Hunting for Hookers. That is awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That's awesome.
Outstanding.
Rosecraft. I mean, the jackknife is not a rare pattern, but Andy Armstrong did design this one with the pry bar at the rear, and that was around previously. I think it was on a spear point blade. So this isn't rare, but I think the fact that he has the pry bar on there, you don't see very many traditionals with a pry bar on it. I really love the blade shape of this one, and I'd say a few Rosecraft are kind of rare patterns because Andy designed them, so you won't find this anywhere else. The Zambezi, this will be going into the vault, so if you want one, get one soon. Very nice front forward finger choil on it. Very stock, heavy duty blade. Very strong snap and very sharp. As Randy knows, you got to be careful with these. I got bit by the Clinch River. But a couple of Rosecrafts that, I mean, I'd say are pretty unique pattern. They do have the Clinch River swayback, but the swayback has been around for a while.
Yeah, it's true. And those are really cool knives that Andy does design, because he does go back and look at the traditional designs from like 100 years ago, and then he modifies them in his own way and brings them forward. And the execution on Rosecraft is, just awesome. They really make very good knives. I think everybody's pretty familiar with them and enjoys those. But yeah, it's really cool. In fact, I have one of his designs I was going to talk about here in a little bit, but I did want to let everybody have a chance to go around the circle there. Would you like to go again, Jesse, or?
Absolutely. I want to kind of play off of the one you just showed with the Rooster piece on it. And I've showed this one before. This is the Camillus MC1 from the Vietnam era. It is an auto. But on the other end, you have it's a paratrooper rescue knife, and you have this sharp hook blade on the other end for cutting straps loose.
Right.
If you get hung up.
That's cool.
And then since Mr. Singing Toad was here, I thought I'd show this one. This is a very unique bayonet that I have in my collection. It is a Canadian Ross bayonet. And this side, contrary to how the blade profile looks, it looks like this would be the sharp, but this is actually the spine. This is the actual blade side of it.
Just a massive swedge on the top.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't sharpen my military knives, but this is actually where the actual edge would be. So since I saw Toad in the chat, I thought I'd share that.
Very nice.
Kind of different for a bayonet.
It really is.
Yeah, I've noticed with bayonets, I'm not a bayonet expert, but they seem to fall into either one of two categories: either that they're trying to also be a utility knife, or they're simply just for stabbing. They're just purely just for sticking into something, and that's it. So really kind of different philosophies for different times and stuff.
You also got the sword bayonet type.
Yes.
That's a Yadigan pattern with that curved blade.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long is that blade on there?
27 inches.
Now, that combined with, remember back in the old days, rifles were almost as tall as a man.
Exactly. Yeah. They're like 6'1" total with the rifle and the bayonet connected.
Yeah.
To it. Yeah.
I mean, really crazy stuff. That's for sure. It's kind of fun. Are you ready, Cal? It looks like you got a knife there.
Yeah, I picked this up this week. This is a really cool Imperial made knife. It's made in Mexico. And I was told that it's a tuxedo knife when it's black on one side and white on the other. Is that correct? Anybody? Something like that?
We'll say I will allow it.
All right. But I thought it is a moose pattern. I thought what was weird with this one is that the main tang stamp is here on what most people would call the secondary blade, because you got the bail here. But yeah, so that's where the tang stamp is on this, and there's nothing on the clip point. So I thought was pretty weird. She has some dominoes there on the handles. What's left of that one there, and a corkscrew.
Oh, that's cool. Did you say Imperial Mexico?
Yeah, Imperial Hecho in Mexico.
That's cool. I like the fact that it has a spear and a clip on it.
Yeah. both long pull too. Really cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is very cool.
I've never seen one.
I don't understand the two different colored handle covers though.
Yeah. Who knows?
Like dominoes, black and white.
That's what I was thinking too.
I guess that would make sense since there is domino prints on it.
Not bad for $5 though.
No.
Wow, $5.
Yeah. Yeah. Antique store local to here. I also, while we're on the subject, if you'll allow me, just real fast.
Of course. You want me to bring
also
up full screen?
Picked up another moose, but a buck 313.
Oh wow!
I think I paid $22 for this one. So.
You know what year that is? USA.
It just has buck 313 and USA. So I think this is a Camillus made because it has the you can see the raised pins there on the bolsters. That's what I was told.
Okay. Was that late 70s, 80s, or earlier?
All right.
Somewhere around then.
I honestly don't know. I wish I could tell you a bit
I
more.
remember when Camelus made knives for a buck.
It's 70s, late 70s seems right.
I think they were also making them in the 60s too. I think that's when they started because Camelus took over from Schrade when they first started like making the Stockmans and stuff. We can talk to Tom when he comes, but when they first started doing the Stockmans and their other slip joints, they had Schrade do it for the first 2 years, but they weren't happy with Schrade's quality. So then they moved to Camelus, and that was in the early 60s. And then Camelus made it until I think around 86 was when Buck took over their slip joint production. And so really kind of, let's see here what Byron is saying. I got to give big kudos to Slippy and Thrifty here for this morning's live stream of their Buck Knives history presentation. If you missed it, check it out. Yeah, so that would probably tell us right there. I did miss it, so we'll have to go back and watch that one. Thank you, Byron, for that. And
yes, sir.
And then Big J also mentioned hitting the like button. Yes, please hit the like button, guys. It does help the algorithm, and it brings the show out to more people. So that is pretty awesome if you could do that. To go back to the Andy's designs, I did have a couple of the ones he did for Rough Rider Reserve. This is the Hedgehog, which is his version of the Muskrat. And so you get a really nice clip point blade here. And then it has on the other side a really nice warning, so heavy sledge on top. Yeah. This is the RRR005. Really like the Hedgehog. I think that this is probably my favorite of the Rough Rider Reserve knives.
I really like that.
Yeah, I always
brought this one out too, just because, again, it's Andy's take on the single easy open razor, and this is the RRR001, and I always thought this was the best of the easy open razors. They have it now in the tan micarta, which is a different number, but just love the shape of that razor blade, the easy open jack razor. It's just really a cool knife. Just love how he went to these old designs and brought them back. It's kind of indicative of what he was aiming for with Rosecraft. When he took off and started doing that. I don't know if I skipped anybody or if someone else wanted to go.
I think I'll go.
Okay.
I was going to hold off on showing this. I know teardrops are pretty common. They're not too rare, but I do not have one in my collection, but I do now. This is a Tony Bose case, old red smooth bone teardrop with the PVD coated blade. It's got half stops.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like the black chrome mirror. They also make like an amber bone bear head, and they're actually pretty affordable. You can still get them. I don't see very many of them around. Like I said, this is my first, but I was really taken aback about the old smooth red bone, and I really like the PVD coated blades. They do have a few other series with the PVD blades, but they're pretty pricey. They're like well over $100. But this is my newest Tony Bose I wanted to show. I still have to do a review of it. Very cool size and very slim gentleman's carry. I was really impressed. I saw these on eBay for over $100, and I think Shepherd Hills did them for a special, and I had it in my cart, and then it was the weekly special was gone. I couldn't find them anywhere, and so I pressed order, and I still was able to get it. I'm not sure how.
Nice.
Because they were all gone from the site. Here's a Rough Rider Reserve, and it's similar to a peanut size. It's about 3 inches. It's got the coper head because it's got the coping blade. This thing's a beast for a little knife. These recently went on sale. Great snap to them, but it's just a little different shape than a peanut. I don't know. I guess it's rare. Very innovative. Andy Armstrong with Rough Rider Reserve and their Rosecraft line. And I know whittlers are not an uncommon pattern, but I thought that this was kind of a unique whittler with the Wharncliffe blade, and it's small, it's thin, but it does have the split back spring. So whittlers are really common, but they just come in so many different renditions, and this one just has 2 small little teeny pen blades on it. I really think it should have had a coping blade, but for a whittler, I kind of like the really small, thin Wharncliffe. So that's a little unique whittler there compared to the Seahorse and a few other ones.
Yeah, that is cool. I think that, like I said, the when we're talking about unique knives, I didn't want to necessarily leave out things like whittlers and teardrops and stuff like that. Those are definitely welcome. They're just patterns we don't talk about as much.
Yeah.
And in fact, I have a whittler sitting right here that I brought out. This is my Hen and Rooster, which you guys have seen before, and it is a Seahorse whittler, but it has really nice stag covers.
Oh, wow.
Look at really thick, nice chunk of stag on each side, and of course you get the really nice big Wharncliffe blade. I think this does actually. I don't remember if it has a coping blade. I think it does. Why, yes, it does. It has a little coping blade right here, and then the other one should be a pen blade, and it is, and that's right there. But yeah, very cool knives. Really love the stag on this. It's just, it's a fantastic knife. But yeah, whittlers don't get a lot of love on knife channels. Like I said, I just wanted to show up some different things than your regular trappers and stockmans and pen blades and stuff. And here is my teardrop. I just recently got this. I don't know where I got this from. Cal. A review is coming of this one, so I'm not really going to go into all the details on it, but really beautiful blue bone. This is one that did not make my blue video yesterday because I do want to do a full review on it. So that's all I'll say about that, is that I do have a blue teardrop in it. And you're right, Andrew, it is a very nice, slim, gentleman's type knife. What a beautiful light package that is.
I'm pretty impressed about the fit and finish on mine for sure. I don't know if it's above and beyond with the Tony Bose, maybe, but I was really impressed. Center blades, no gaps, and a Tony Bose, $80 or less. Come on.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I don't think that one I got is a Tony Bose. I think it's just a regular teardrop.
That's Tony Bose. That's Tony Bose.
Wow.
It should have TB in front of it. I think most of them are, even the Bearhead and Amber Bones.
Oh yeah, any of his patterns will always have the TB.
Oh, it is a TB. It is a Tony Bose. Wow.
And the sow belly Stockmans and stuff like that.
Yeah. See, I learned something new about a knife I just got. So there you go. I'm glad I didn't do the review yet.
Always a good day when you can do that.
I'll have to give you a phone call offline, Cal, so I can learn all about it.
No worries.
All right. Yep. I'll tell you what, Dave, we wish you lived in the U.S. too. So come on down. We got room for you. We need some good people to come on in.
Right.
So what's going on, 865 Knives? I see you. All righty.
Hey, Aaron.
In all this excitement, I guess I forgot. In what order are we going? I think it's up to you, Jesse.
Yep.
Are you ready?
And I'm going to show that little lion bean that I showed you guys on the pre-show.
Nice.
This is a lion bean. Lion does not own the company anymore. Another person, the guy Lion, he sold it. See if I can get that stamp in there. Sold the patent and the patterns to another guy who now makes these. But it is a leather-handled folder, and I wouldn't put it to any hard use. But the sheath, the handle is the sheath, and it's a Damascus blade, little small blade, but a very cool piece.
Definitely unique.
Yes.
Cool as heck, man.
And then I was just looking for this when you were showing that razor one. This is a buck.
Oh,
in
wow.
D2. Yeah, this is in D2. This is the buck 0263, and it's in D2 steel. You don't see too many bucks in D2 steel, and
That's
it's a frame
true.
lock with a deep carry clip. And it's a flipper, so I really liked it, so I picked it up.
She's
That's a
hefty.
great one.
Okay.
I'm typing a comment to my favorite knife tuber. He just showed up. So
Hey, Richter.
yep, had to say hello to Mr. Richter for sure.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
they do a really good job with their D2 steel, and that's kind of a cool cleaver shape. And the action on them, I hear, is really good.
It actually really is, and it's a flipper, so I really like it because it basically checks off all the boxes for a modern folder for me. Good, better than stainless steel, deep carry clip, and it's a flipper and got really good action. So yeah, and it's frame lock. That's another plus too. So I really liked it.
Pretty thick blade stock too, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Look like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
chunk. Yeah. Hey, Randy's WSG is here. Hello, Randy. Definitely Mrs. C. You know that. All right, Cal.
Got a little razor myself here. It's just a little friction folder.
That is cool.
Flip it out. Grab this out of Mike's Life traveling box of 12 knives, and has some really cool design there on the blade. Anybody with tattoos know what kind of design that is? Let me know.
Looks like tribal or floral or a mixture.
Yeah, something like that. My buddy has tattoos, and he was telling me that it was inspiring him to go get another tattoo. So it's cool. There you go. But
That's actually very cool.
yeah, it's made by Stinger, the StingerTools.com. You can pick these up. But it looks like they just screw on right there if you ever want to change them out. Looks like a regular stock razor blade though, so not too thick. So might want to get a handful of them. Can't tell. I think that's just some kind of plastic made to look like wood handles there, but still really cool. And like that one. Got another Imperial here. Don't see too many of these. Sure, Andrew has his little trick knife where you have to hold it a certain way to open it and close it, and it will spring close. It has not an assisted opening, but assisted close, that's for sure. And she'll chop your finger off. You got to have it pointed down to close it. You got to have it pointed up to open it. Imperial made these. This one was made from 50s to 80s, it looks like. So, little plastic handles. Yeah. Made to look like cracked ice. There you go.
Very cool.
But I also, what will I show real fast? Talked about some whittlers. You don't see too many Congress whittlers. I have a Congress whittler here. Come with a deep foot or ram's foot main blade. And he has a long pull on the coping blade there, and a long pull on the pin blade as well. Fighting Rooster with a curved hot dog shield.
Very nice.
And that's just natural smooth bone there.
Really nice.
While I'm on the the Congress. Got a Stag Congress here by J.A. Hinkle. Got a deep foot there. This is a Zwilling collaboration. And a spear point, or a large pin blade, if you will. Whichever you prefer it to be. But it also came with 2 other pin blades.
So I'm wondering, did the Whittler come before the Congress, or the Congress before the Whittler? Because Congresses kind of are Whittlers to me, in a sense. They're not split backs, but
Yeah, I guess they can be, but that's a good question.
yeah, just kind of how the handle bows, so it does feel comfortable being reversed in the hand. And
Similar. This one's definitely more curved on the spine than this one, but also have one in pearl.
oh, nice.
Nice.
Very cool.
This one is really fancy.
Is that a Fighting Rooster, or?
Yeah, this is a Fighting Rooster right here. I do apologize. Quite hard to get open, but it's got the etching on the blade. Captain's Rooster. This was a series. I have another one in this series. I won't show it though. It's a cigar pen knife. But yeah, they just did incredible job on the artwork on these with the inlay, the nickel silver inlay there in the middle. I really like that.
That is very cool. Like, really cool.
Appreciate it. And that will do it for me for now.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good question, Andrew. I don't know which design came out first. I do know that when Abraham Lincoln was killed, that he had a Congress knife in his pocket. So he had a 6-blade Congress. So it's so that pattern of 6-blade Congress. You can see pictures of it online.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
It's a cool knife. It really is. Nobody makes 6-blade Congresses anymore. So I know that there had to be before that. Obviously that pattern had to exist. Prior to 1865, and so then it just goes on back from there. And I don't know when the Whittlers first appeared, but so I can give you one date that I know a Congress existed. Don't know when the first one started, but really cool history when you think about it. Oh, I thought you were going to say something, Jesse.
Oh, no.
Oh,
My
okay.
computer was going off.
Not a problem. Like I said, we're having heavy windstorms out here, so hopefully the power and everything stays on. But if there's some weird thing that happens, I'll attempt to restart the live just in case. But until that happens, we won't worry about it. But another pattern that is out there that doesn't get as much attention either is the cotton sampler. You don't see these very much. This is Rough Riders green micarta. This is the full size, and I just really love the blade shape on that. It's just awesome. So much belly and just such a great little pattern. You can actually put your finger up here on the little flat part and use it as a kind of a choil if you need to, but real heavy swedge. Now, a lot of people like to carry the mini cotton samplers and say they're more pocketable, which is probably true, but I do like this. And no, I don't live in Georgia. Sometimes I'd like to be in Georgia. I tell you, I go see Terry and the Knife Doctor and Mike Curtis and everybody else is down there. So one of these days, RJ's going to make the Southern tour, and you guys are going to have to stay tuned for that one.
I love those cotton samplers. I have a couple of them, and that green one's on the way. And the small ones are really nice fifth pocket carry.
Oh, okay, so they're small enough to be fifth pocket. Okay, so they're smaller than the 3.5.
I think they're like 3 inches. They're great. The big one is nice, but it's like about a little thinner than carrying just a normal trapper.
Yeah.
We also have to remember Andrew has bigger pockets than all of us.
That's true.
When he wears pants.
Carry a 5-inch knife. That's true.
When he wears pants.
When he wears pants, it's worth putting them on, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be worth putting them on. Oh, did you want to go, Jesse?
Sure. This one isn't an uncommon pattern, but I really like the handle covers on it, and I got this one from Mr. Gunslinger Cal.
Oh yeah.
Layered micarta on a K-bar lockback, which is a number I didn't have. But when he first showed me the pictures, I told myself, I said that knife is coming home with me because I really like that look to it. I thought it was wood whenever I first saw it, but then I found out it was. You might be able to see the lines in there if my resolution will cooperate. But there are, there you go. You can kind of see it. That's layered micarta, and then they smooth it down to give it that almost frostwood style pattern to it. But it's very cool. And then the same day I got this, I got a slip from Randy's WSG that just matched up perfectly to it. So that's going to be an actual carry next week.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then I did want to show this one too. I showed the Australian Navy one earlier, but this is my K-bar rigging knife that I want. Well, I didn't win it. Sharp Guy ATX won it from Big J's show whenever he had Warthog on there. And this one, you got to pull that bail down to bring back the Marlin spike. And then you've got the regular sheep's foot on there. And that's another one that's in my K-bar collection.
Very nice.
So, okay.
My brain went through the same process when I was looking at the handle. I was like, oh, that's some weird looking wood. And then I got real close. That's some layered micarta.
Yeah, I absolutely thought it was wood whenever I first saw the pictures of it. And then when I got it and I seen all the lines, I'm like, oh, that's not wood. That's micarta. And I thought that was just really, really cool.
Absolutely.
There was no way I was letting you not sell that knife to me.
Glad to oblige.
It just had to happen. It just was going down that way.
Yeah,
I did see the comment that Splitting Slices made about the six-bladed Congress, wondering why SMKW never released one. And you're right, that would be an awesome re-release. Some kind of a commemorative. That'd be pretty cool.
They are coming out with a 6-bladed Stockman.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I've seen the 5-bladed Stockman, but they're going to come out with a 6-bladed Stockman. My friend cannot wait. I think it's going to be a Rough Rider.
Oh, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
that reminds me of that trapper. They make the 5-bladed trapper that they call the Pakistani meat grinder. Yeah, so.
those are thick boys for sure.
Yeah, not really pocket carry. And let's see that levitating knife again there, Cal. What you got there? Is that lighter than air?
Bought this on eBay thinking it was just a regular large Stockman. Opened it up. Got a beautiful clip point there. Stonewash finish. Blue handles. Crow's foot jigging. This is a J.A. Hinkle's. Your standard sheep's foot blade. And standard spade blade. And then on further inspection, I was like, oh, we got a little nail nick there. A little easy open. You still can't hardly see it, but little 4-blade Stockman.
Oh, that is cool.
Skinning blade there.
Nice.
Yeah. So thought that was really cool. And don't really know how far back these were made. Do know they stopped making these in the 70s, I believe. But
Yeah, I've seen some Stockmans that were 4-bladed that usually they end up having a punch on them also, but they were in the 70s. Yeah.
I did see a 47 pattern the other day on the internet with a coping blade as the fourth blade, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
So different variants all over the place.
That's right.
Stockman
is a versatile pattern.
That's right. While I got you there, I'll go ahead and break into my case knives. And
you have case knives?
What?
Case knives.
I didn't even know
that. I forget sometimes. I have a large, slim Coke bottle here with a Spear Point 1988. What do we got here? 1988 ABCA limited edition, 1 of 2100, 1308, and it's butternut bone with Rogers jigging.
Nice.
Wow.
Very, very nice.
As you can see there, it has ROG. Well, I can see it, but ROG 61113 111. That's 3 1. And it's in stainless. But yeah, of course, it being 1988, you know me, had to pick this up. Quite a large knife, though.
What do they call that one?
I'm not quite sure. It is a Coke bottle. It is labeled as a Coke bottle. I call it a slim Coke bottle because it has the smaller head than the regular one there.
Yeah. It looks like a cross between a Coke bottle and like a melon sampler almost.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those.
It is labeled as a Coke bottle. At least it was on eBay.
I wish they would have brought that back as the vault pattern.
That's cool, right?
And that'll do it for now.
Okay. I got a couple of
always busting out some new knife I've never seen before.
I don't want to trick you, Rod, so I'm opening this for a second.
Yeah, you're good. I'll show you a couple of knives that I still have in the package that are they're unique. They were both gifts. My son was being funny because he knows that I enjoy firearms and I enjoy knives and stuff. So he says, "I got you something that combines both things." And I was like, "Okay." And he sent me this little bolt action knife. You know, so it's I kept it in the package because I wanted to keep it mint. But yeah, so it's got a little rifle shaped knife there, so it's kind of really cool. I thought that was cool. Pretty neat, and something that may not be the most expensive gift, but it definitely means something to me. And then Tom surprised me the other day. He goes, "I got something for you," and I sent it in the mail, and I was like, "Okay." And he sent me this little Dale Earnhardt #3 knife.
Nice.
So he asked me if I was going to open it. I said, "No, I think I'm just going to keep it in the box and keep it mint." But yeah, so it's shaped like the 3 car and opens up, and you get a blade with Dale's signature on it. But really thought this was kind of cool. Hadn't seen one of these, so he said he saw it in a antique store, and thought that I definitely needed to add that to my collection. So
I think I have a pewter version of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I don't know where it's at. I'll have to dig that out and show it sometime.
Yeah, I was hoping Tom was going to be here, but Tom said he's running late, but I thought he was going to be here by now.
I've got a few Dale Earnhardt Senior knives that I probably should get out at some point, but most of them, a couple of them are Frost. I know Case made a couple, Frost made some, and then anyway.
Yeah, I have a couple of the Case ones, and then that one there. I don't know if it says who made this. It does not. Yeah, it just basically has all the NASCAR action sports
Right.
and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Pardon me, gentlemen. My dog's got to go to the restroom.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, definitely take care of that.
Yeah, that's a unique one there, RJ. That's
Yeah,
definitely, I'd call it a unique pattern for sure. A race car.
yeah, exactly.
All right. My turn?
Yes, Angelo, I do like the number 3. And the number 4 and the number 8 and then the number 88 when he changed to that and a whole bunch of other ones too.
Yeah.
It's hard to have just one be your
Right.
favorite driver. So
He also drove the number 2 at one point for Osterland.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
It was a Dodge, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Back in what that was like 78.
78.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Definitely. So yeah, of course all my drivers that I like have all retired. Now I look at a NASCAR roster and I hardly recognize anybody.
Yeah. I'm like pulling for Kyle Larson, pretty much any of the Hendrick drivers at this point.
Yeah.
That's about what I got. Not anyone in particular, but
Right. Just one of them. Well, I mean, that's the nice thing about NASCAR is you can be a fan of the manufacturer, whether it's a Ford or a Chevy or whatever. You can be for the team, you could be for a driver, you could be for an organization. It's just it's all kinds of stuff is there. Whoever the sponsor is this year,
Yeah. All right.
Who's up? Is it me or is it Jesse?
It's me.
Okay.
Can't let
That
Kalen
settles that.
Can't let Kalen show a big folder without showing mine.
Oh, there you go.
My GR or my United tool. This one I'm going to try when, probably at some point I'm going to send it to Tom to let him do a cleanup on it, kind of get it in his hands. But it is a United tool or United Machine Tool Company made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It is a World War II pilot survival folding knife. It is a lock. It does have a lock on it. And on the other end, which is kind of a pain right now to get out, it has a saw.
Wow, that's unique for sure. That thing, Tom's going to have a heck of a time cleaning that one up.
But I've got 2 of them. The other one is right
He's gonna
here.
have to buy a new Tupperware tub to soak it in mineral oil.
Yeah.
You say it's kind of like a pilot's folder?
Yeah, it's a pilot survival folder. It comes with the regular locking clip point. Well, kind of clip point. I'm not really sure if you'd call that a clip point or not. And then, like I said, it locks. Right there's the tab to lock it. And then on the other end, like I said, this one's a little bit harder. Here, we'll use the other one to show. It's got a saw on it, but that's a fine tooth saw. I would imagine meant to cut through thin fuselages of fighter planes.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. But
yeah, I think you're right about that.
And then someone said it looked like a sod buster. This is the K-Bar 1179, and it's definitely a sod buster looking pattern, but man, this thing is big. And it's a big lockback. And it's old.
Yeah, definitely a folding butcher. That's for sure.
Okay.
That's a cool lockback for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, MBEDC, I see you're here. Welcome. Did you want to go, Andrew?
Sure. I don't. I think somebody made one of these patterns. My friend got the design offline and made it with a 3D printing machine. It's kind of like a leapfrog. If I can get it to jump.
There you go.
The RKT made the Provoke, which is an actual. It's not a utility knife, but it's called a kinetic folder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be able to slam it open.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he just made this with some magnets on it. I thought it was pretty unique little box opener.
Yep.
I'd never seen one before, and then I get online, and then I do see a few other patterns that are more heavy duty. But I thought it was cool. He just made it out of a 3D printing machine and he handed it over to me.
That is very cool.
Yeah, that is neat.
Hawkbills and pruning knives have been around a while. This is kind of like a little Warncliffe swayback, but it's not Warncliffe. It's not a hawkbill. It's slightly. They call it the Peacher, and it's an Arthur Wright and Son and buffalo horn. It's a great size, not too big, not too small, but I'd say it's a swayback. It's a pruning knife. It's nothing too crazy, but I do like that it's kind of got a slight hawkbill to it. You can still get these in wood. I don't know if they have the buffalo horn anymore. You might be able to find them.
That is awesome. Does
yeah,
that one have a hard pull?
Really nice.
What's that?
Does that one have a hard pull?
Not as tough as the lamb's foot. Not as tough as the Barlow's that they have, but it does have a strong pull. You can hear a snap.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's probably a 7.5. So not like a 9 or 10 like the other ones.
Yeah.
Great little gentleman's carry. I love this one.
I know Randy said he's almost ripped the thumbnail off trying to open his a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ettrick I think he got recently, so it's very similar to that with a longer handle. This is just the normal lockback, but Frost and Steel Warrior, they do a kind of a different, they call these the Chikaw or something like that. Just the front bolsters definitely deeper, so it's not too unique. But I don't see this kind of handle shape from many other manufacturers. And you can kind of get up there like that.
That is actually really cool looking.
That's a smaller one. I've thought about getting the bigger one in ram horn. I don't. It's nice and thin. And personally, I'm more into buck lockbacks, but these are cheap, and just for a small little lockback, it's pretty definitely unique. Like I said, I have not seen that handle shape anywhere.
Right.
No, it is. That's really cool.
Almost.
Yeah, and you can get up there a bit to get 4 fingers on it.
Right.
And the bigger one, it might be a sheath knife. I can put this in a slip and put it in my pocket though, and just 440A. But like I said, Frost, this is one they definitely didn't copy from somebody else, because I don't see this handle shape anywhere else.
It's almost like it's very reminiscent of a canoe.
Yes,
way it
I was
comes up.
I was
It just doesn't have a
Yeah.
cap on the end of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's very, very much like that, or a lockback copperhead type.
Yeah.
Thing. But yeah, very, very cool. I like that one. So did you take care of your dog's business there, Cal?
Yeah, everything's all well.
Right on. Got to take care of those fur babies for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, to kind of keep with the automotive theme, I don't know if you guys remember this one, but Kaiser came out with the Cyberblade, and so this was a knife that was made to look like the Tesla truck. So very unique.
It looks just like the Tesla truck.
Yep, it does. It's just a very unique knife. One that I think that these are pretty much a collector's item, but something that you need to have if you're any kind of automotive buff at all. It's just a little power is dimming. Yikes!
How much wind do you have there? How strong are the winds?
I don't know, but it's gusting pretty hard. In fact, before the show started, a piece of our wooden fence started to flap this way, so I had to toenail a couple of screws in there real quick. I'm hoping it'll hold. But there's a glass breaker on the end of the knife right there. So it's really kind of an interesting design, and one that you don't see very often. That's for sure. Definitely in the unique category.
Kaiser made that?
Yes, sir.
Is that Makata?
Yes. Yeah. So it's the Cyberblade M390, and no badging on it. Let me see if it's where it's got the Kaiser shield right there. It's at the very back. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Yep. It is a Kaiser. Definitely an interesting knife.
Very.
Nothing else. Whether you're a fan of Tesla or not, it's still cool.
Right.
As for myself, I don't want any electric cars. I want to stick with the tried and true.
Right.
I'm a gasoline and diesel man. Dale would be proud if I did some baton action with that. Yeah, I'd have to baton a twig.
He's got a point, though.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a small blade, that's for sure. It's tall, but it's not very not very long. Yeah, so, thank you, Dave. Yeah, it is a cool knife. I definitely, if nothing else, it makes you smile. So. Did you have anything, Cal? Did you want to go?
Sure. Get back up here. Have a swing guard here.
Oh, nice.
A K-bar dog head.
Ooh.
These were made in Olean, New York.
Wow.
Don't have too much information on this thing other than it's gorgeous and
Spendy.
very well made, I should say. This is the only swing guard I have. I'm going to have to start picking up some more. I know Case makes the Cheetah, but I actually really like this, being a single blade lockback. But yeah.
Does the guard lock up really well on that?
No, not the best.
Yeah.
Not the best. I don't know. I don't know about the other brands or whatever, but I am interested to see how other brands hold up. I did notice that Case makes theirs just like this with a single pin, and so I don't know.
I love the mirror polish on that.
Yeah, still an awesome knife. Awesome.
Well, the guard doesn't look like it's flopping around like my marbles. My marbles, it kind of flops around when it's open a bit.
No, it doesn't flop around or anything, but I just figured it would be a little bit tighter than it is.
And my friend also has a case. It's not the Cheetah. It's I can't remember the name of it. It's bigger and it locks up incredible. Like you cannot move that guard at all when it opens up. But I have not held the Cheetah. I'm sure they're pretty good quality though.
I'm sure it locks up then. Who knows with these dog heads?
Yeah, I have handled one of the swing guard knives before, and I was not really a fan of them. I don't know if I'll ever want to collect one. They're just kind of the way you have to hold your hand, like really only one way. The guard is kind of uncomfortable, and it does flop around, like Andrew says. The one I looked at was a antique Schatt and Morgan. And
Okay.
I wanted to check it out and see how it was, and of course it was in a store, and the tag was lying upside down, and if you have to ask to see the tag, you probably can't afford it, and I couldn't afford it, so I was like, dang it, you're hoping for one of those things where you're like, hey, the guy doesn't know what he has, he's only got this for $30, right? But you have to look, but yeah, I was like, I can pass on it, not a problem. But yeah, Mrs. C has reminded us that Big J has his live at 4:30 Central Time, so be sure to hop over there after this show is over. You guys can continue your live stream fun there on Sunday. So good stuff. Well, here, let me show. Or were you supposed to go, Jesse?
Yep.
Okay, I'll let you go first, and then I'll go after that.
I can't let Kaylin show a K-bar without showing one of mine.
Right.
So there's something a little bit different. Got the big old K-bar Warthog. Now, this is the newer version, kind of the V2 version. This one is made in Taiwan. It's 1045 spring steel. They used to have an original version that had a smaller blade profile on it, but it was the same shape. And they also make folders in this blade profile. But the smaller original version, the V1 version, had the regular K-bar ringed handle with the finger guard and the butt cap on it. And then they switched up they did away with that version for some reason, which I didn't understand because I've only seen one, but I know they're out there, and I actually kind of like that one better than I like this one because it's a little bit smaller blade, and I just think that's a ridiculously sized blade profile. And then I wanted to show this one, my Bradford G cleaver. It's got kind of a toenailed Warncliffe point to it with its LMAX steel with some really wicked blade stock to it. Little neck knife that I carry quite often.
Nice.
Okay.
That'd be a cool one to put paracord on. Paracord wrap, that neck knife.
No, because of the triangle. I mean, I could, but it just, yeah, it's got that kind of.
Yeah, it'll be a trick to do that for sure.
Yeah, and to get full coverage on it to where it would,
Right.
Otherwise it's going to be kind of awkward not having the paracord up here and then carry. You'd have, just it would be a little more awkward to me having my other fingers not in line with my first finger if I tried to paracord wrap it.
Yeah, and then sometimes with those neck knives, if you wrap the paracord up too high, especially if it has a Kydex sheath, then it doesn't want to snap in and be held securely.
Yeah.
You got to really, if you're going to tie them, you have to have the sheath on, so know exactly where to start because you don't want to block that. But if you guys didn't see it, I took down the message, but Big J is drawing for that case 47 pattern in the slip that goes with it. So that'll be very cool. So somebody's going to get a really good knife and a really good leather slip for that. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah,
so
good luck to everybody.
Good luck to everyone that entered into that for sure. All right. Well, another pattern that doesn't really get a lot of showing on YouTube and stuff is the muskrat, and this is one from Rough Rider, but very cool. You have the twin skinning blades, and I really think that this is a very neat pattern. I had to deploy this one already because the blade on the one side is really hard to get out. The nail nick slips below the frame a little bit, so you really got to dig it out of there. But I do have the Roper version, which is just as cool, and it's in a micarta. So you get the same thing where you get the double clip blades on there. So really a very cool knife, a very handy pattern, but one that's not always shown a lot on a lot of channels. So that is that on that one real quick. Oh, hey, Zen. How you doing? I just saw that you were here. Zen gifted me that Roper. So thank you again, Zen. That was really cool.
Very nice.
All right, Cal, bringing you up now.
I got a custom-made folding hunter here. I see these every once in a while. I thought this one's really special though because it has a goat's head on there as the shield. And that is special to a location around here. This knife was originally made. There's a small community on the river here, kind of a legendary community as it goes, but it's called Goat Neck, and he specifically made this because this is their little logo or whatever, and my dad was a big community member down there, and he made this, and my dad won this in an auction. His name is Louis Lilly, though, was the maker of this knife, and somewhere on here, there it is. You can see those 2 marks there. That was his Tang stamp, and it's in white smooth bone. Come with a clip point there, and a skinning blade.
Very nice.
But yeah, just a really, really, really hefty knife. Robust. Yeah, pretty cool.
Very awesome. I like those folding hunters like that. I got 2. I got a Rough Rider one and a K-Bar one, and I really like both of them. But they're just too heavy to be carrying to work every day.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a sheath knife or a
Yeah.
big slit knife. But I thought it was really cool. These are made out of the old giant lumber cutting saw blade. You don't hardly see that anymore. It's very, very soft steel, very, very easy to sharpen, but still holds up quite well.
Right
Although
on.
this will never be used.
Right.
But that's it for now.
That's a cool one.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Zen says when he leaves the city, the first thing he's going to buy is a goat. So if you need goat advice, just send me an email. My daughter has 4 of them. So
Are they the fainting goats?
I'm sorry.
Are they the fainting goats?
No, she has 4 of the what do they call them? Nigerian dwarf goats.
Oh,
So
the
they're-
pygmy goats.
Yeah, they're the pygmy goats. They're little,
Yeah.
but they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They just run around. She's got her own little, kind of a ranch out there in the country. So I think at this point she has, 3 dogs and 4 cats and about the 4 goats, about 15 chickens, and a turkey decided to just move in, which was actually kind of funny. Turkey just showed up, and now it lives in the coop with the chickens.
Okay.
So she says, "I just have a big chicken." Really kind of funny when you think about it. I guess you guys want to see a knife, not talk about farm animals.
I got a few.
A few farm animals or a few knives?
Nice.
This is an interesting one. This comes from my daughter. This is CRKT. I forget the name of it. I think it's on here. Oh yeah, the endorser. And when she got me this knife, I was really kind of surprised because it came extended. I folded it. Then I went to open it. I wanted to see if I could use the thumb stud to open it, and I couldn't open it. So then I said,
Yep.
okay, that's fine. Sometimes I fail on thumb studs. So I went to pull it open. It doesn't pull open either. I was like, oh my gosh.
You gotta
did I
use the
break
thumb
this?
stud. The thumb
Yep.
stud's the button on it.
That's right. It's got a button on the thumb stud. I don't think it'll show up on here, but on the video I did. But yeah, you have to push this in. It's called the fast fire system. And sometimes I can get it to come out fast, sometimes not, most times not. But it's a really cool blade shape. This is one of those things where I think it was kind of a solution in search of a problem. Definitely, yeah. Definitely a weird knife, but I'm glad I got it. It's just
I
kind of
have
fun.
the igniter, but mine has the huge vest serrations that look like freaking teeth.
Yes.
And yeah. And so mine has the igniter has that same fast fire button system on it.
I need to find someone that can do custom metal work because I want to get like a case peanut and then put the those serrations like that on it. I think
Serrations.
yeah.
They're pretty wild. I don't think they'd fit on a peanut blade.
You get at least one, maybe 1.5.
Yeah, because those are some wicked serrations.
Yeah, they are.
Brought out I don't think I've got it over here. I don't think I do. I should have brought it.
Yes, Jeroen, you're exactly right. It's an invented solution to a non-existing problem. But definitely kind of a weird or unique knife, that's for sure. Yes, you're right, Byron. Looks like we got us a nice little gut hook there.
A little unique knife here for, especially for a slip joint, guys. It is a skinning knife with the gut hook. This is a custom made knife made by the same man, Lewis Lilly. And I did the bluing job, of course. But had to figure I had to show a fixed blade since I've seen a few here already. And,
Oh yeah.
just a great example of a custom, just a weird knife, you know.
Yeah.
Weird for these days. Not so much, you know, back in the day when people were using these. But yeah.
So is it, Richter wants to know if that's a goat skinner.
Goat skinner? Maybe at one point in time. But not since it's been in my possession. Yeah. That is all for now.
Very nice.
Well, I know trappers are not unique, but I think that the Panama trapper is a very unique trapper. I've showed Tony Bose, the spay blade. It does have a nail nick, but the swedging goes all the way back here. The clip point blade is definitely unique. This is the lizard skin. They don't have very many lizard skins available, but I did see one drop, and I'll be getting a new lizard skin in, which I'm very excited about. I've never seen it in the pattern that it's coming in. I'll hold off till I get it. It's going to be a surprise. But yeah, the Panama trappers, they've been around. It's a great jumbo trapper pattern with half stops, and just being a Tony Bose is a really cool one.
That's actually a very pretty knife. I like that.
I like that too. I mean, I really need a Panama trapper. I really do.
They make a few. They make a few, I think, like Maplewood and stuff like that. Like I said, I had to get it just because of the lizard skin, and I'm a big trapper fan. Another one would just be the Duke. It's just a simple, folded over carbon steel blade. This one's blacked out with the tiki guy on there. They've been around for a long time, but good snap, kind of a good thin carry to have in your pocket. You barely notice it. By gripping it, you can. It's kind of comfortable, but you kind of feel that, you know.
Yeah.
But I do love that clip point on it with the mirror black.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that a lot.
When you need a knife, you'd be glad to have that one.
And you showed the cotton sampler. This is my mini cotton sampler earlier, which I think it's just this Rough Rider it's the tobacco bone, has such a great walk and talk.
I like that.
And it's just it's a little 3-inch 3-finger knife, but a good little cheese knife or box opener, and I like the large ones. The large ones are great, but I got this and I was so impressed. I wanted to get more, but they don't have very many small ones. They have the tobacco bone and the flower one with the acrylic. They really don't make very many of these. I wish they'd bring some more back.
Yeah,
that bone's nice.
Yeah, I really like the tobacco bone, like an amber.
Yeah, they do a good job on that, on their tobacco bone knives. They're really, really good. All right, who's next? Or is it me?
No,
it's you. Okay.
Is it me? Okay. I did find my igniter, by the way, with those VEF serrations.
Nice.
Yeah, but that one was
865 Knives is here. He said that the VEF serrations are a fantastic strap cutter.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
The VEF serrations are a great strap cutter.
They are. I mean, they're great. They're great at cutting just about anything fabric because, I mean, you're going to – that's some pretty wicked teeth on there. But I wanted to show something that doesn't get shown a whole lot. This is a Nepalese kukri. It's got the bone and ebony handle on it with the copper butt cap. But this is an original carbon steel one. I don't know if this is one of the tourist pieces or not, and it doesn't have the two little knives that come with it, but I thought it was cool because it had the bone and ebony layered handle on it. And then I also wanted to show another one that from my military collection. This is the U.S. Navy Mark III knife made by Ontario. Got that wicked kind of, I'm not even sure what kind of tip profile you'd call that, but it's got the fuselage saw on it, kind of the old school bayonet style handles without the bayonet clip on it, and the heavy plastic sheath that goes on it.
Kind of a buoy tip.
Kind of, yeah. But it's also very similar to the old, let me find it here, the old AK-47 tips too.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, he said don't miss the sheath with that tip. Big J said that. He's not wrong. Yeah, that's got a pretty stabby point on it. But yeah, USN even has it on the see if my light will pick it up. Right there it says USN on it. US
Very
Navy
cool.
Mark III. That one's in my military collection.
Yep, that is awesome.
Definitely.
What era was that?
Those were made late Vietnam War into the 70s and early 80s. I do think that Ontario still makes those.
Very
And of
cool.
course, the sheath is marked Mark III, MOD 0 USN.
Very cool.
Okay, where did I have this one at? No idea.
You lose something?
I'll go if no one else wants to.
Sure, you can go and then I'll go.
Okay. Let's see what I got here. I have a 1965 to 1969 6229.5 jackknife. And this thing is 2.5 inches long. She is tiny. Little red bone jackknife, bare head. And just got this thing, and I got to tell you, I really, really dig this thing. I know it's small, but just the pattern is really unique to me. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it is neat.
But yeah, little 2.5 inch jackknife.
That's great.
And a bear head at that.
Yeah, got another one. This one is 1940 to 1965, and it is, oh Lord, it's about gone. This is a 24 pattern and a half jackknife, bare head,
Nice.
with a clip point and pin blade. And she's a little bit larger than the last one in red bone. But just unique case patterns that you don't see anymore. Maybe they'll come back one day in the vault patterns or in the regular production lines. That'd be cool. See something like this. But don't see these knives hardly anymore. Also have a 65 to 69 055 pattern, equal in knife, in red bone. And she has the easy open there on the pile side. She's hard to get to. Need that easy open for sure. With the pin blade. And got minimal fledging there on the clip point. Just another really old cool pattern by Case.
Yes, it is.
Definitely bring some of these back.
I agree. I agree.
I don't see
Big E says you're killing them with the red bone.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to hit you with one more then. Got another 1940 to 1965 large toothpick.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Don't see a lot of these either.
No.
Also in red bone. Got the nice wedge there on the top. See the Case XX.
Are those large 5 inches close or pretty close? I know I think the medium's 4 1/4. Or 4. Yeah, I don't see very many of those large.
Yeah, she is 5 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really lucky to get this one. It started at a low bid, but it also had a buy it now price, and I wasn't even playing around, so I just went ahead and bought it.
And it's in red bone.
Yeah, when you're serious about it, you got to do it.
I mean, a lot of these larger toothpicks, they may have solid snap, but some of them don't, in my experience. But this one has incredible snap for being such a long, narrow knife. I mean, it's definitely no doctor's knife, I promise.
Yeah.
He's got some good snap on this one. So, anyways, that'll do it for my antique case knives for the moment.
Oh, very cool.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, I have a couple of knives that definitely have interesting design and opening features. This one is a mantis knife. So you see it's got all these gears and stuff. So you actually hit this lever to deploy the knife. So here's the backside here. So when you hit that lever, then your blade comes out. So you got the half serrated Tanto blade, definitely very different. It has a liner lock to close it. So it's really unique. Let me see if I can open it this way. There you go. So it just kind of snaps right out of there, but you're hitting that lever to deploy it. So it's using those gears in there to open it. So it's my steampunk knife.
For sure, that is cool.
Very nice. I like that.
Yeah. So I don't know if these are available anymore as new knives. Definitely they're out there on the secondary. The other one, let me see if I remember what this blade is called. Oh yeah, this is the Smith & Wesson Power Glide. So this one is another one of those knives in search of an answer to, but it glides out the front. So it's an OTF knife. It was designed by Rocky Moser, and so definitely kind of a cool knife. But the deployment is the same. Supposedly you can do this without having to help it along, but I find that I think the tooth pattern they have in here, if the tooth in the center was just not as big, then you could get it to go out easier. But I don't know. But definitely a different kind of a knife, that's for sure.
So there's supposedly an old, I believe it was supposed to be German. They've never been confirmed. They did make modern versions of them, but they're German supposed paratrooper knives that were that did that. And I'm trying to think. I'm looking them up now, but they do that same action on them. And no, here we go. I'm gonna play the short. That they kind of have the same action on them as that. I don't even know who this is. I just put it in and searched it. And because I've seen, I actually had one of those and I got rid of it because they're garbage, because they're fake and they're garbage. Not yours. Yeah. I'm saying these are just absolute. Yeah. See?
Right.
but they have that same style of handle action on them.
Right.
But that's where that design comes from, was this.
Okay.
Now, again, everybody in the collector community that I'm in, as far as military knives go, say that these are a fantasy piece.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
There you
I
go.
would not. I wouldn't carry that one as a EDC or anything like that. But it's an interesting knife just for that. It was actually.
I thought you were talking about that one I just showed.
No, I'm talking about this Smith and Wesson. The Smith and Wesson.
One I had for a very short time, man, it felt like it could have come apart in my hand at any point in time, and there was no way.
Yeah, this feels like solid construction. It just is not smooth, and you kind of have to help it along.
Not really
to
practical.
get it to deploy correctly.
Yeah.
But it is an interesting kind of a piece, that's for sure. All right, so Israel says he's going to have to sell off some gold and silver and go buy a few old knives. For sure. All right. Anybody else want to go? I guess I can.
Oh.
You want to go? Okay.
Sure.
I got a couple more, and then I'm about out for this unique knives.
I got something kind of unique. It's a bayonet cut down to a knife. This is a Berthier French bayonet that someone cut down and shaped into a knife and took all the actuating mechanisms out of, the retention mechanisms. You still got the muzzle ring on it, but you don't have your lock-in mechanism on it. And they cut it down and sharpened it up. Well, I had a buddy sharpen this up, and I got this for about $15, but it is a World War I French Berthier bayonet that was cut down to a knife. And then I wanted to make sure and show my K-bar wrench knife, because RJ had said something about it earlier, kind of something different you don't see every day.
Yep. I've always been a fan of knives that were made out of tools, knives that were made out of files, knives that are made out of wrenches and stuff like that. I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, these just they're obviously not actually made out of wrenches, but they do use the 425 tool steel when they make them. So very cool piece. All right, I'm done.
I want to get one of those. Oh, yeah.
Forgot to show that one.
Oh,
Some of us know what that is. That is a military field mess kit knife. This one is a LF&C 1945. See if you guys can. And it does say U.S. on the other side.
That is cool.
Very nice.
Got some great historical pieces, man.
Dude, absolutely. I got a whole cabinet sitting like a retail display showcase with the glass shelves and the sliding back, and it's all glass, just full. My cat's trying to jump in. No, you're not getting in there. Move.
Yeah, I always wanted to get one of those K-bar wrench knives because I thought I could just stick it in my tool bag, and it would just sit there, and people would think it was a wrench. And
right.
So you kind of sneaky Pete, type stuff. But now another pattern that when I first tried it out, I wasn't that impressed. But then when I got a different one, I was impressed. And that is the moose pattern. This is the mini moose. And this is that easy money pattern that Rough Rider had, where they used the shredded money under the acrylic covers, which is really kind of neat. I liked the clip point that's on there because I think it has a really nice clip point, very kind of aggressive, and with the swedge, nice and kind of swoopy. But then you get that spay blade, and it's kind of like, what? It's just kind of not what you think of when you think of a spay blade, and very, very much a butter knife looking shape. But then I got the full size, the tater skin version, and this is more of an equal ended knife, but really nice, strong pulls on that. Really love this clip point blade. And then I think this is probably the nicest spay blade that you're going to find on any knife. And check that out. Now that's a proper spay blade right there. That is nice. And these have really nice thick blade stock on them too. Love the little, micarta type handles that are on here. It's just really, really cool.
I'll give you a run for your money, Rod.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'll start with my moose just to catch up here.
Well, I love that case moose is awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is an 84 with the new grind, brown bone, thin shield, mirror polish. Just a gorgeous knife. 6275. Regular spay blade. Nothing fancy here. But go ahead.
That frame looks like a 75 almost.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's 6275.
Number was.
That is cool.
Yeah, it is the 75 pattern moose. Yeah.
Wow.
And I have a handful of those, but this is the spay blade here that'll give you a run for your money.
There you go.
On the dog leg trapper.
Wow.
She's funky.
Is that a case?
Do what?
Is that a case?
Yes. This is a 1996 limited edition dog leg trapper. And it's part of my green bone set. There's 8 in that family. I have 6. I have the dog leg, the Coke bottle, the Granddaddy Barlow, the saddle horn, the canoe, this knife. I think I already said this knife. And that's it. Yeah, that's what I got so far. So still lacking the regular Barlow and the Peanut in this 96 limited edition, and that will finish that family. But one of these days. I really dig this knife though. Got a really good clip point to make up for that funky spay blade.
That's one of the coolest trappers I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's quite
I
large.
agree.
It's definitely larger than the regular trapper. I want to say it's 4 5/8 maybe.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Actually, I got my tape measure. Let me give you a correct measurement there. I'm sorry, it's 4.5. 4.5.
That's bigger for sure.
Definitely larger.
Yeah.
And
Well,
just
we have a request. James Stork wants to know if you have any case 35 patterns to show. I don't know. I don't even know what the 35 is.
I sure don't. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Yeah. I
Figure
figured
out
if anyone had one, you did.
Yeah, I sure don't, unfortunately. I do have a Panama trapper though.
Nice.
To play on Andrews there. He has a really nice one as well. I do like that lizard skin.
Is that the Rogers jig?
That is the Rogers jig, the antique bone. It's a 2023 and no, I'm sorry, 2021 Mahoning Valley Collector's Edition.
Wow.
Yeah, can't show this one enough. It's just that bone does it for me. I wish it didn't have all the stuff there on the blade, but it is what it is. I got a ridiculous deal on this knife, $60-something. I paid for this on eBay in a bid.
Wow.
Nobody was watching it. Nobody was watching it. So, yeah. Cool trapper, though. You don't see a lot of, like I say. And that'll do it for me for now.
Okay. Well, we have the return of the dogs.
Well, you guys were all showing your mooses, and I know RJ showed your mini, so I'll have to show my large, but it definitely a unique moose. I really like your equal-ended tater skin. That is a really nice one. I don't know if I can find that anymore, but yeah.
I hope you can. That's a nice knife.
But yeah, the clip point on these is just really phenomenal.
It is.
I've heard the spay be referred to as a Texas spay blade, and it's kind of funky looking. It's kind of piratey, but I almost like the look of it better than a normal spay. And then I really like how it just kind of tucks down there in the handle. And these are big knives. They're chunky for sure. But the small one is a great carry. But this is definitely I like that Rough Rider did a unique spin on them. There's just so many different types of mooses out there.
Yeah.
And then Kalen showed his swing guard. This is just the marbles, nothing specific. But you can see it's just a little loosey, which I'm sure doesn't matter if you're actually going to stab something. You can still get your thumb back there, and it does keep your finger from going. But I thought this was a little rinky-dink. I thought about taking it off, but what's the point? Then it'd have a hole in the blade. But yeah, very similar size. And then I think one more, showing modern knives. They're all different, so there's nothing they're very similar in a lot of ways, but different. This is my recent modern purchase. It's a Kaiser Bugai. I thought it was very unique because it has no flipper, no top flipper. It's just the hole here, so you can thumb flip it out. But let's see if I can get on that blade. Look at the tip is very thick all the way in, and then look at how they grind that.
Very cool. I like that a lot.
Nice.
And I really love Kaiser's micarta. This one on sale. Like I said, I haven't gotten a modern in a while, but just the action on Kaiser's is fantastic. The micarta, this is $154, and I think they want to sell for $50. Like they're usually $70 or $80, so you couldn't pass that up. And you can also middle finger flick it. And yeah, it's a modern, but I like I said, I don't get very many of them, but when I see one I like, I'll have to pick it up, especially at a deal like this.
Yeah, for sure. I know we're not supposed to admit that we still like modern knives, right?
Well, I found myself carrying that most of last week, and I usually carry a couple of traditionals, and I'm like, well, I'm carrying this for sure.
For sure.
I can't pass up a really nice micarta.
I hear you. It is. It's tough. All right. Did anybody have anything else? I think I'm out of unique knives, but
I got a couple left.
Nice.
That's enough.
Got a World War II Schrade Walden Presto Auto. You just don't see these often. It's called the M2. It is a military issue for paratroopers. Very old. You can see that tip's kind of seen some better days, but these just aren't around much anymore. And I'm really happy with being able to say I have one in my collection because they just aren't that common anymore. And then do have a cool K-bar here that I haven't showed very much of, and that is the Snotty Snake Charmer, kind of the karambit style pinky ring, and then you got the small bird and trout style blade on it.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And then I'd be remiss if I didn't show this one, kind of a swayback pattern, and really the only one I've got like that. This is one that I got from Mr. Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. The coal miner's knife from Rough Rider.
Oh,
nice.
Great half hawks.
Yeah. And it's got that swayback kind of pattern to it. And then this one's also got a little pin blade on it as well.
Very cool.
And then last but not least for what I got in these is now this one I've heard rumor, it's called a Kyber, spelled Kyber. It does have micarta handles. It's made in Japan, but I've heard this was a Japanese kind of a spin-off of K-Bar. I've never been able to confirm nor deny that, so I do have it in my collection just in case, but it is a nice little lockback with a great big bird's eye pivot eye to it. I know nothing about these. I just thought it was a really cool thing because I'd never seen the maker before. So that's about what I've got other than, that's pretty much it.
Well, that's it with unique knives. After you show off the ones you have, they kind of go quick. Did you have
Yeah.
any more, Cal?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I got some more.
Well, see, we were hoping Tom was going to be here to help round out, to help carry some of the show, but I guess he had to go discipline Junior or something. I don't know what's going on. Maybe
Yeah.
Junior had to be taken back to the reform school or something.
He's in detention, I bet. Hey, so 865 wanted to see an 05 pattern. I don't recall what the 05 pattern is.
I'll look it up while you do that, Cal. We'll see what your knives are. We'll see who's
Oh, is it my turn?
yes. I think you're the only one with knives left. Save the show for us, please.
Bear with me 1 second. I apologize. I'm almost there. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was wrong. I do have one more.
Oh,
Then
okay.
I'll wait. I do have one to help carry the show a little bit.
I figured I would go ahead and show the rest of these 96 green bones. Have a canoe here, limited edition, and this one has a bit of an anomaly with it. It has PN00 stamped there on the bolster.
Oh,
And I don't know what that stands for, but I thought that was really cool. Standard canoe, green bone corncob jigging on all of these, and they are 1996 as of the family. And this is one of the best canoes I've ever seen. No blade rub, perfectly lines up. They just did a fantastic job on these, and really glad to get a hold of these. I also have, let's see here, what is this one? I do have the 05 pattern. Sorry.
no, that's the 05.
This
Oh,
is
okay.
Yeah, the razor. I was going to say that. I was just waiting for you to. But now that you found one, go right ahead.
Oh, appreciate it. There you go, Aaron. This is the one-arm razor, 1996 green bone with the bar shield, case XX. Super fantastic knife.
I think I like that one better than all the new releases by Case.
Oh yeah, they really nailed this thing. 62005, RAZ for razor and SS. But there you have the 4 dots underneath Case USA. But yeah, really cool. Limited edition. And also have the large saddle horn, 1996. Green bone corncob jigging. And that one is 61100.
I've never seen a large single-bladed saddle horn. It almost looks like a copperhead too.
Yeah, it has the same bolster as the Coke bottle and the copperhead, just like those.
That is gorgeous.
I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. And I noticed there was a few of these floating around on eBay whenever I picked mine up. So they're out there. Really, really nice though.
I like that.
And I want to say that some of those single blade saddle horns came with the saber grind. Don't hold me to the fire, but got the Granddaddy Barlow.
Nice.
Bare head.
Yep. Definitely one you don't see often.
Yeah, she's a big knife. And that is 6143 on that Tang stamp. It's a super good job on that jigging.
Now, what size is that Barlow? Is that the same size as the Panama Trapper, or is it smaller than that?
This one is another 5-inch knife.
Okay.
So full size,
Oh yeah.
granddaddy. And then the last one I have for this collection is single blade Coke bottle in the green bone. And she is 61050. And these are all in stainless.
Nice. And another copperhead bolster on that.
Yeah. Yeah, right down the center. They did.
Very cool.
And I'm telling you, they did so good on these.
I like that one.
That will do it for me for now. I still have a few. If y'all run out of knives, I got a few more.
Yeah, I think we kind of did, but we can talk about stuff too.
I do have one more that I forgot I had.
Okay.
So have you ever heard of a bladder knife?
No.
This is a military knife that it's used in bladder repair kits, which are like water bladders.
Right.
Yeah. So I had this sent to me and I didn't know what it was. And I almost sent it back because I didn't think, it was what I was looking for at the time. And then I looked it up and sure enough, it's hard to see, but it does have a U.S. stamp on it right here. You may not be able to catch that. Probably not because my resolution is just not great. But yeah, this is a U.S. military issued knife that I had never, ever seen before. And I didn't think that's what it was when I got it. So I almost sent it back. After doing a little bit of a search on it, found out that it legitimately is a U.S. military bladder repair knife. And I guess they carry these on the rubber rafts too, because they help with that as well.
Okay.
So
Very interesting.
Yeah. Thought that was kind of unique and interesting.
Definitely unique.
Yeah.
That would be one that Tom might have seen when he was, in the Navy and stuff.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see any of those when I was in the Army, but we don't do life rafts too much.
Right. I also got this really interesting. It's not really a knife, I don't think, so much as, and I'm pretty sure it's a homemade piece, but it's a kind of a Kubotan style that's been rust blued. I got it for like $5 at a flea market, and I just kind of held on to it because I thought it was really neat and found a cheap sheath for it. So I don't know. I've never carried it. Just something different and interesting.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, Jesse, let's talk a little bit about your live stream with Randy that you just let's promote that your new project that you got going on.
Okay. So it's called the SHTF Apocalyptic Invasion EDC show. I know that's a long name, but the more I say it, the more it kind of grows on me. And basically it's just kind of to go along with the knife shows, like the live shows and the pre-recorded show that Terry and Kaylin have. It's just kind of something to go along with that because we don't really cover a whole lot of general EDC. We mainly cover knives. I mean, we see them, we talk about them a little bit, but this is a bi-weekly show that gives us an opportunity to spend an actual full hour talking about each component of EDC and all of its, utilitarian purposes. And just look at what I have, look at what he has. If we have a guest on the show, then we'll look at what they have and talk about things that, none of us have that might be out there on the market and just kind of determine where at in everything from a lazy day off at work to going to work to working outside your house or doing outdoor recreational activities, camping, hunting, fishing, etc. And then on up into, because it's Randy and I, we might even throw in apocalyptic invasions in there, alien invasions and zombie apocalypses in there, just to see if we think that whatever we're carrying might be worth having in one of those events.
Right. Yeah, because you never know when one of those is going to happen.
But I figured if it's me and Randy, we got to add a lot of fun to it too. So
for sure, that's interesting.
I thought the zombie apocalypse was already here.
Well,
I've seen a couple wandering down the street. So
we kind of have a few different variants of it, you know. But yeah, it's mainly we'll spend each episode just looking at one specific component or element of EDC. There again, like I mentioned to you in the pre-show, we might do a show like with watches and lighters in the same show. And I'm not saying we won't do knife episodes, but we just need denim. Now, but like we don't want to just make it all about knives. We'll probably do like a knife episode every 3 or 4 episodes. And of course, we do like show and tell on there at the beginning of the show, where I show what I'm carrying, Randy shows what he's carrying. If we have a guest, then we see if they'll show us what they're carrying. But again, yeah, it's just more focused on EDC, and our next episode is on flashlights.
yeah, which is probably my most used EDC item. Something that definitely is very useful to have.
Yeah, I have to. I work in a pork plant, live hogs in, boxes out, and so I have to. I load trucks, and so I have to inspect those trucks before I can even put anything on them. So
right,
yeah, and the dock lights I have in my area just aren't worth being there. So I was using my phone, but I decided it was time to start carrying a flashlight again. Yeah,
the light's just too diffuse from a cell phone. I mean, it's okay for small task lighting and stuff like that, but for like an inspection light, it's not going to do it. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, but that's mainly the gist of what we're doing. Like I said, it was just something to kind of couple up to what you and Big J and Slippy and Thrifty are doing, and all those guys. But we didn't want to make it just another, just a knife show. We wanted to make it about what goes with that.
Right. You wanted to make it your own.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And of course, Gunslinger Cal and Terry, they still have their Wednesday knife show that they're talking about different patterns and stuff, which I enjoy that. I learn a lot of history of case patterns and stuff.
We also like to branch out into other things. We haven't so far, but we've done a little bit with the arrowheads and stuff. But we definitely like to talk about the man stuff that goes with the knife. So there'll be more.
Yeah, that's always good. That's always good. And what about you, Andrew? You got anything going on besides the occasional live show and showing off your extensive tractor collection?
Not much. Work was brutal on Friday, so I haven't really had a chance to get a video out. And actually, it's kind of nice to take a little bit of break because, like I said, I'm spending so much time just replying to comments that I can't watch anything, can't record anything. So I spent the last 2 days just kind of watching other people's channels. And I was going to do, went for a motorcycle ride. I did post an unboxing of my my first 112 custom, and I haven't even done a review. I got a lot of angry comments on, boy, we're 9 minutes into it and you haven't even opened the blade. Like, that's an unboxing. Kind of a little tease, strip tease here. But blew me away. The first 5 days, I got over 4,000 views on it, and I haven't checked yet. I'm at like 4,900, so far surpassed any other video that I've had, and I got a lot of subscribers, which was nice. But
nice.
I for some reason you put unboxing in the title, and you just get more views out of it. Like if I did a review, I probably would have gotten like 300 views. But I put unboxing, and people just go crazy over those apparently.
Well, I guess I better use that in some of my titles.
Yeah. I've started taking Wednesdays and Fridays off from making videos.
Yeah, every day it's just like, or even if I do a short, then you got a bunch of comments, and you do a video, and I'm spending half my time just trying to read comments and reply to them. And I can't watch anybody else's videos. So
yep.
Yeah, it's tough, and then just that grind, because I mean, for me, I did YouTube as a hobby and to share knife collecting and the knives that I have and stuff like that, I didn't want to make it like a second job, you know.
Right.
So I still want it to be fun. I still want it to be fresh. I think if you're doing it like every single day, it's going to become a grind, and you're going to turn your hobby into work, and then you're not going to want to do it. And so yeah, stay healthy, and you know, it's okay if you take a couple days off. You know, it's all right. It's yeah, try giveaway in the title. Yeah, exactly, Jerome.
That's what I'll do. Buck 112 giveaway.
Yeah, if you did that, you'd probably get all kinds of stuff, all kinds of comments about how there was no giveaway in your giveaway.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yep, all the good YouTube tips. All right, guys. Well, I think we're about out of knives. We're about out of topics. You got knives? You want to show something, Cal? Well, my goodness.
Kalen's
Let's
last
do it
man
then.
standing.
Let's get our last show and tell portion out here.
Thank you, guys. Got a Tony Bose swayback, bare head. This is a jackknife. I know you see a lot with the single blade, but they also make these as jackknives. This one comes with a Warncliffe blade and a penknife of sorts. Kind of funky, almost fish or whale shaped penknife. But I really like this knife. It's 2008. Come in a metal case, and this one is burnt green bone, not to be confused with the Bermuda, because they are very similar, but they did have a burnt green bone as well, and that is what this is. Moving along, I have a teardrop Tony Bose
Nice.
and another jackknife, and this one is in desert green, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It is a 2014, and same thing. I guess that's more of a drop point there, and a pen knife, or you can just call it a large pen knife, whatever you want to do. Don't matter to me. Some people could even call that a Warncliffe, but I don't know. What would y'all call that main blade there?
I'd say a pen knife.
Yeah, I would say it's just a drop point, but
Yeah, it looks more like a drop point than a pen because the pen is on the bottom and it looks a little different.
Yeah, it's a bit more upswept there at the end than this one.
right.
But yeah,
That's
Really
a really cool one.
yeah,
Yeah, it
appreciate that. Appreciate it. Smooth bone on this one as well. No jigging. So got that one. Got a bare head Tony Bose saddle horn here. This one's real special. It is a first run, right there, Kate's first run, and 2004, TB62110. Yep, and stainless steel, beautiful clip-on blade. Beautiful skinning blade.
I wish they would write their first run like a bunch of the new knives that come out. It's like laser etching all over the blade, and it doesn't look as good as that.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen that, I don't guess, but I'm very pleased with how they did that one there. And then of course the script shield.
I like those script shields.
Yeah, I do too.
Big J picked up, I think, 3 script shields just yesterday.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, them things was gnarly. But then my last one here is a equal end Stockman with no shield. Instead, it has case etched there on the main bolster, and red bone with some kind of minimal jigging there. Really like it. It's got the easy open on this side for the spay blade. They all ride really low, which I do like. Got the hidden spay blade there. But yeah, also want to mention I've had this for a week and I've been able to carry it and give it a good look-see. So I will be doing a review of this tomorrow. So y'all keep an eye out for that. This is Baxter's Blades Traveling Knife, the Culpeper by Kershaw.
Hey, yeah. I recognized it right away.
Look out for that, everybody. And it's unique as well in its own right, especially Kershaw making traditionals. So really cool.
It's like a medium Barlow. It's in between the Barlow size and a Granddaddy Barlow.
Yeah, we'll call it a daddy then.
And then, yeah, there you go, Daddy Barlow. And then Tobias put that lanyard on there.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I was thinking of having it sent to Tim's School of Fish, but he just recently got one, so now he's out of that.
Gotcha. But awesome slip by Jo as well. So.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I still have yet to hold the slip and see it, but I'll let it do its travels for sure.
It's nice.
It's a cool blade. I kind of wish it had a half stop. I thought very comparable to a Rosecraft blade, D2 and the red bone. But they were like $25, $26, so half the price of a Rosecraft. And I'm actually really impressed with Kershaw's traditionals. Their polish on them has been really good. Maybe not the best pull, but they're doing really good. Like the Brandywine and red bone and D2 is also a phenomenal deal.
I mean, it's right down the center.
Yeah, and then is it brass pins on there almost? I think it is.
Yeah, brass pins.
And Kershaw's really not known for traditionals, but if they keep doing stuff like that, like Cold Steel does some, and Kershaw, I think people are starting to see that maybe they should be making more traditionals. They sell.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
agree. And then we did have a question for you, Kaylin.
Yep.
Israel wanted to know how long you've been doing knives on YouTube.
I've been doing knives since the end of this summer, or last summer. So 2023, around August, basically around the same time as Terry, but he has taken a different path. But I'm happy with where I'm at. It's a blast. I love what I do. I get to collect knives and show you guys, so can't complain at all.
Nope, not at all.
Well, RJ, are you almost to 2,000? You're at 1,960 some or 7?
I'm about 40 shy of the 2K mark. So looking for that last 40 subscribers to get on there, so we can have some kind of 2,000 celebration.
Well, there's anybody here who's not subscribed to RJ's. They need to subscribe right now. I was going to push it, but most people here are subscribed to you. But just in case, if there's anybody in the chats,
RJ or check your subscription. Make sure you're still subscribed.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep. All right. Okay, guys. Well, I think that just about ends our discussion today. I want to thank you for coming in. I want to thank everybody for joining us. It's been great hanging out with you all on another Sunday afternoon. We'll see you during the week with our videos, and next week on another edition of RJ's Lives. We'll see you guys later. Take it easy.
Guys.